Hello there, and welcome to BCPE TV. I am MC Esco, and as usual, today we have another podcast, and our topic today is Signs of a Weak Man. So, as we start, please consider subscribing, na nitafurahia tu sana when you subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, this is a blended YouTube channel. You can find a lot of things in this channel. So, not only my face that you can see or view on this channel, but a lot of different youthful faces. So, signs of a weak man. So, ladies can consider watching these, guys too, especially guys, So, let us go straight to the point. So, what are the signs of a weak man? I have like around 9 signs, and just caution, I'm not speaking this as an expert, though I have some little experience with relationship matters. So, you experience kidogo, I'm using maybe to speak about this. So it's a wrap, and let's start this. So signs number 1. Signs of a weak man. Number 1, he cannot keep his word. So as a man anajulikananga na kukeep word yake. So you as a man, you should keep your word. And you as a man keeping your word, it creates trust to people. So when you tell someone, okay, let's meet tomorrow at 9 a.m. So you should keep your word. Kama ni demu umemwambia manze, kesho tunakutana saa 3 asubuhi. Let it be saa 3. Usipitishe time, usifanye nini. Cause the moment mumeagree na mtu, umemfail mara ya kwanza, umemfail tena mara ya pili, trust inapungua. But the moment umesema ni saa 3, hata before saa 3 umefika hapo, unacheki, it creates a lot of seriousness as a man. And the moment people have created trust on you, that's why even leadership starts and everything. And the moment you lose trust to people, the moment it comes, it really comes back, because the moment trust imepotea, it's like cheating kwa relationship. The moment una cheat kwa relationship, kugain back your trust inakuwa ngumu sana. So point number 1, keep your word. And if you can't keep your word, just don't say it. Don't make promises when you're too excited. Don't, come to conclusions when you're angry. Before you keep your word, kindly reconsider, rethink, and see the possibility of you keeping your word, the possibility of the thing that you want to keep your word on. So that's point number 1. So point number 2, he is controlled by emotions and violence. So, point number 2 is he is controlled by emotions. Please subtract violence. So, as a man, you should never be controlled by emotions. And I'm sorry to say so, most of the people who are in jails, prison, 90% or maybe 100% of them are there simply because of emotions. And there is no worse thing as a man when someone or a lady knows where to, switch you so that she can trigger your emotions. Emotions, these are the things that, make people kill, just do bad things, fight. As a man, you should never show emotions. Simply because when maybe not only a man or a woman, when someone knows where to touch you so that he or she can trigger your emotions, he or she knows exactly like your weaknesses. So you should never show emotions. So there are some things someone can do to you, expecting you to be angry. And being angry is an emotion. So mtu akifanya vitu kama hizo, just tend to, una assume, and you maybe act a different way that someone can't read your emotions. But the moment wewe umefanya tu kitu kidogo, you are fighting, you're doing everything, unacheki mtu amefanya kitu akukasirishe intentionally. Najua amefanya hivyo na hujui kucontrol emotions zako. Amefanya hivyo, your emotions are up, you have just beaten someone, umeng'oa mtu meno, umeendea, police, P3, umeanza kukesi. So just try to control your emotions. Even in most jobs, we do, sometimes jobs, kuna pressure from bosses, but if you're short-tempered, you cannot do the job. So as a man, as a strong man, you should learn to control your emotions. Point number 3, he has no plans for money. So I'm sure most of you, or maybe some of you watching this video, you know someone, or maybe you yourself, that you have no plans for money. So when you just get, money, you just spend it anyhowly. And these are you can find someone has been paid today. In fact, I think today it's a end month. It's part of the end month period. Someone has been paid. Maybe he's earning 50 G's, 15 gwizis, and by the end of 2 days, unashanga umse ana pesa. Unacheki ati pesa imeenda. If you're having a loan, I can understand, but unapata pesa zimepotelea kwa petty things. And I wonder, as a man, if you cannot plan for your own money as yourself, how are you going to plan for your family? Unacheki. So as a man, when you have money, don't just spend for the sake of spending. You better be an economist than a bad spender of cash. See? So as a man, you should first plan your money. And the moment you know how to plan your money, you know how to plan yourself. And that's where even the wisdom of you knowing how to plan for your family comes for that. So when you have, your 100, 80 bob, I'm going to buy school, my 80 bob, I'm going to do this. So be a good planner of money. And number 4, he's a deadbeat. So this point is kind of, sided. So this is to the youth or who have kids out there. So you kama unajua you have a child with a certain grow, make sure that you are not a deadbeat. Maybe like the both of you are not staying together or are not living together, but at least make sure that you are taking the responsibility of knowing like what the child is eating, what the child is gonna wear and everything, the schooling. Simply because like I usually say no one's get pregnant by accident unless you are raped. Sorry for that. But as long like the both of you did agree to do that act, then the both of you should contributing the upbringing of the child. So a weak man is a deadbeat dad. Number 5, he has no ideas, creativity, or plans. What I usually say, as a man, you should never say I have no idea. For a Chile, we can understand. For a grow, we can understand. But as a man, you should always have an idea as a man. Because I cannot imagine me sitting down and we are supposed to solve something or we are supposed to do something with my grow. And my grow asks me like, Dennis, what do you think that we should do right here? And I'm like, you know what? Like, I got no idea. Hey, as a man, how can you lack idea? Even if it's not an instant idea, then you better take time and know what you're gonna do to change the situation. So as a man, you should always have ideas. You should never lack ideas as a man. How can you lack an idea as a man? You should always, have ideas. You better take your time. Even if you personally, you think that your idea is not maybe the best idea, then try to consult your friends, counselors, and some people who you see or you consider being wise so that they can give you an idea. But never say that you have no idea. It shows, it draws back accountability, because the moment you have an idea, you become accountable and you know what's next to do in life. So a weak man has no ideas or creativity. Number 6, a weak man is judgmental. So I just give an example. Maybe you as a man, you are in a relationship, and maybe we assume you call your chile or your girl and she doesn't pick up the call. And maybe it's on a weekend. So simply because it's on a weekend and she's not picking your call, and you just decide to conclude that your girl is with someone else. So that's being judgmental. You should not judge things without facts. You should have facts for you to judge things, So as a weak man, you should not be judgmental. Mtu amekosa kufanya hivi, or maybe umetext mtu WhatsApp, aja reply message zako, ame critique, you are just assuming ati anakuignore. Hey, and I just want to say this, it is not a must someone to reply to your messages or comments at the time which you think it's appropriate. Maybe I might be in a situation in which, yes, I'm able to read your message, but I'm not in a position to answer you at that time. Maybe I'm thinking the best way to answer your message is via audio form, but I can't answer simply because the place which I am in is crowded, or maybe it's a risky place. So as a man, you should not jump into conclusions, but a weak man jumps into conclusions. So, or maybe judgment. Yeah, sure, as I said. Number 7, a weak man worships his manhood and drugs. What I usually utter is that a man who knows how to control his sexual desires solves a half of his problems. Because as we can see, even in the Bible, even in Kenya, most problems they originate from the part down right here. And when you know how to control that part, I tell you, you'll avoid a lot of problems. As a man, there are men who have lost a lot of properties because of their sexual desires. There are men who have lost their lives simply because of sexual desires. There are men who have been, macheted to death simply because of being found by someone's wife or grow, and that's sexual desires. So, as a weak man, you should learn how to control your body desires. I swear, and when you know how to control your body desires, you become a beast. Because the body desires are one of the things that makes us, fall into many temptations. So as a man, you don't just, enter any home that you come around or you come along. You just enter without, simply because it can make you to be, as #X addict. So, and you should learn how to control your body, and even alcohol too. Don't just consume alcohol for the sake of consuming rather. So if you're taking it, even you're being cautioned by the producers of the alcohol, take it with caution. So if you're taking alcohol, kunywa na mpango. But if you're not taking, good. Number 8, a weak man is not a good problem solver. So as I said there earlier, I think these points have collaborated with the first point which I had uttered earlier. So you should be a good problem solver, and you solving problems even in where you are working or in your company or in your corporation, it makes you to be considered for leadership, because a problem solver is is a leader. And when people know that you are good at solving problems, you find many people, coming to you. For myself, I don't want to brag. I tend to, some people consult me, for some things, maybe relationship advice, and I tend to give them, and it works out, and they be like, hey, Dennis, the advice which you gave unto myself worked, and I think, and I have this situation which my friend is experiencing. Can you tell me what to do? I tell them, and it works out, so I tend to get referrals to a lot of youths who tend to have some issues, some petty issues that concern relationships, in which I'm able to deal with them fairly. So the last is, he is salary minded. As a man, you should not take your salary. You are only one pay slip away from poverty. You should think beyond salary, and you should be like, hey, what if tomorrow I'm told that I am no longer an employee of this company or this corporation? How am I going to survive? It doesn't matter. What I usually say is that Corona, I believe, taught people the act of saving and the act of investment. Simply because a lot of people, maybe more than 50-60% of not only people in Kenya but people in the world, lost their jobs. But the moment you adopt the behavior of saving or behavior of investing, there's no way even you losing your job can scare you. And even you losing your job, you'll even be happy and be like, hey, hata nimepata time yako, simamia job yangu. So you should not be salary minded. Even if you personally you will not be able to do the job, just try to research about the job, know how it works, have some experience, then employ someone to do the job for you. So hata ukiwa kazi, there is some money entering somewhere. It doesn't have to be a big company or a corporation, even a little business that someone can manage. Vitu ndogo ndogo, even if it's a boutique that you're gonna open, maybe something that can be manageable. So that's all we got for today, but I do appreciate for you watching my videos. Please consider subscribing there down at BCPE TV. It's free. So see you in the next video, and shout out to Tabs Mushiri, and shout out to BCPE TV team. Otherwise, adios. See you later. Stay blessed. I can't see the cursor. Where's the cursor? God. I can't see the cursor.